Hi there. My name is Camille. Welcome to the New Design for Living. And I want you to jump on today and talk to you about the new design for the apology. So, in the old design model, there was a victim and a perpetrator. And as is true with any model or program that we grew up with, there's a script and there's a narrative and there are characters and there's a plot. And we were told that is how life is, and that's who we are in the life that is. And so in the old design model, there was a perpetrator and a victim, and the victim often said things like, "You owe me an apology. I'm not talking to them until they give me an apology." So there was a definite experience of, you trespassed against me, and I'm not going to forgive you until I get an apology. And oftentimes, the perpetrator would resist the apology because they're steeped in their own character and their own narrative that, they didn't do it, or they're not responsible for how you're feeling about what they did or said. And as we've grown and matured and gone through workshops and read books and gone to our gurus and all the things that we've done on this journey of awakening, we've learned about forgiveness. And we've learned that forgiveness is the medicine we give ourselves so that we can be free, whether we get the apology or not. And a lot of people, myself included, maybe you, have spent a lot of time working on that because you're undoing a program that says, no, don't forgive them, you didn't get the apology, right? So you're always having that push from the program when you're trying to change and make a new program for yourself. However, in the new design model, it is even beyond both of those new ways. In the new design model, the apology is not so much for the victim. Though, of course, when someone hurts you or they use words that hurt you and you yearn for their acknowledgement and their apology, if you can have that experience, that's great. However, in the new design model, the apology is not quite that. In the new design model, there is no victim. There is no perpetrator. You've ascended out of that program. And so you're able to do your own work more quickly than ever before because you realize, no, I'm not a victim in this situation and I'm going to deal with my feelings about it. And we do that. And then we, deal with the old program pushing against us saying, don't forgive that person, they owe you an apology. And we continue to do the new work in which we get to the experience of forgiveness for ourselves as well as for other people. And then there's the apology. And in my own experience lately, what I've come to realize is that for those on the path of awakening, for those on the path of working every day to step out of the programs and to have the guts and the courage to redesign themselves in a new program, even though sometimes we don't know what we're doing or where we're going, the apology is more a sign for us as well as the other person, that they have had a moment of self-awareness because they too are committed to the path of awakening, not even enlightenment or ascension, but just the path of awakening to the trance that the programs have put us in and our realization that we don't want to be in that trance anymore. We don't want those programs. Those programs came from other people's rules, right? From 0 to 7, we're learning how life is supposed to be and who we're supposed to be in that life by observation. And so if you didn't get the best modeling, you're not going to get the best programming. And this is happening individually and it's happening collectively. We don't want to live by these rules anymore. I don't want to be trapped in victim. I don't want to be waiting for an apology because I'm in some program that says I deserve it. I want to have the ability to free myself regardless of where the other person is. And yet, on the path of awakening, we want to be around people who match our values and this principle-based way of living, that we are all about self-awareness. So in that way, the apology becomes a signal, a sign, a gesture that the individual has awakened to themselves being in an old program, which produced an old character, which produced an old behavior that is not in alignment with who they want to be. And so they rush to the amends, they rush to the apology because they're motivated by a more authentic version of themselves. They're motivated by self-awareness and self-reflection that can help us see what is still sticking, what is still running the show that is not in alignment with who we say we want to be. And to me, that is the new design for the apology. Because you have the individual, let's say you have two people, and somebody said something to the other person, and the person was hurt by what the person said. The person who's hurt, perhaps they say, what you said hurt me. And they move into the process of their own healing. Perhaps they don't say anything, and they move into the process of their own healing. In the new way, we seek that the other person is awakening as well. And when they come back and say, oh my gosh, I am so sorry that I behaved that way, or I spoke to you in that way. Not only do I realize that it was hurtful for you, and yet you're responsible for processing that hurt, but I want to acknowledge it because it's not in alignment for who I want to be, not just in this world and in my life, but in this relationship. And in that way, the apology becomes something absolutely life-changing. It becomes a real magnificent moment where two or more people can use the process of self-awareness and self-reflection, can redefine how the apology is designed now to be, have a healing, and then continue on the path of awakening. That's how we get to use the apology in some of the ways that are still important. I see you. I hear that I've hurt you. That's not my intention. And I want to take a look at what's going on for me that would have kept me in that program because it's not who I want to be in myself and in this relationship with you. So if you have any similar situations going on for you, I'd love to see that in the comments. Or if this is resonating with anything you're going through, feel free to please share. I'd love to see how all of this is working its way out through you, through your own awakening to your own programs and this new design for living that we're all very committed to. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.